Very good evening to one and all team. So we already started the application development. That means a responsive user interface on yesterday. And this is the output of yesterday's work. Okay. So now I have added some more elements to this to make it more attractive because it is too simple now. Okay. The main content is too simple. So I have added some more content here. So as of now, after the main content, in the previous work, that means that application that we have developed after the main content, immediately footer was there. But here after the main content, I have placed a horizontal card. Okay, so here I placed some horizontal card which occupies 100% of width, and after that I have added a carousel of items also here. Okay, so for this carousel I have not added any indicators or controllers. And finally this. So now in today's session we are going to learn how to add this horizontal card as well as this carousel also to this particular web page, and also we are going to focus on how to hide some unwanted elements in the mobile view. Unwanted in the sense, so some elements are not really required in the mobile view because mobile display is too smaller. At the time we can remove some elements from the view of the mobile. So already we have seen on yesterday. For example, if you go to the mobile view, first the header element will be removed and the footer element image also removed, and this horizontal card is converted into the vertical card. See here, it is actually a horizontal card. So when we open in the mobile, now you can find the horizontal card is converted into the vertical card. And one more thing is this carousel is appearing in the large screen view like laptop view. But I don't want this carousel in the mobile view. That's why when you go to the mobile view, there you cannot find the carousel, only the horizontal card, and after the particular footer will be there, and you cannot find any carousel, but the carousel will appear in the remaining screens. So how to achieve all these things we are going to discuss. Remember, this session will be completed in the next 30 minutes, and after 30 minutes your coordinator will join to this meeting and he will address you regarding the next schedule and all. So without delay, let's get started. So first of all, here I want to add some horizontal card here. After that, a carousel. Two things I need to add. So let us open the application. So this is the application we have created, and here we already placed the header. The navigation bar is ready, header is ready, main content is ready, footer is ready. In between this main content and footer, I'm going to add the horizontal card, and after that a carousel, items carousel. These two things we need to add. So let us see how to add these two things. So for this purpose, we are going to use almost complete Bootstrap because these items, I mean the carousel and this horizontal card are available in the Bootstrap. So we no need to write CSS. We can use the facilities given by the Bootstrap and we can design it. So now to create the horizontal card, I already explained you how to create the horizontal card. So first we can take a row here. Okay, so instead of the row, I want to take two parts. I can take call -sm-4. So once we look at this one here, this image, this is actually 12 column row which is occupying 100% of the width. The reason is only for this items card I have taken the container. That's why we are getting the margin at left and right side, but I don't want this margin for this particular horizontal card. That's why I'm writing it outside of the container. And the next thing is I want to place an image which occupies almost 2/4 of this card, and for the remaining 3/4 I want to add some dummy text. That's why here I want to take the partition as call-sm-8 and 4. Now the row we have created here is divided into two parts. So one of them is four rows width, and the next 4 columns width, and the next one is 8 columns width. So in the 4 columns width, I would like to add an image here. Okay, so I already have many images in my application. So I'm going to add one of the images. Let me pick the image here. And I want to make this image to occupy 100% width. Okay, so I can write 100%. 100% in the sense, so within these 4 columns, it should occupy 100%. not the entire page itself. Whatever the width of the parent is given here, that is the width is given for 4 columns. Then I am informing this image, irrespective of its original size, it should occupy the complete 4 columns. So that I have mentioned here, not 100%, we have to give the bootstrap class W100. Now the 100% width will be occupied. And one more important thing is whenever you add an image element to the document, please write the alt value also, because sometimes the images may not be loaded properly. Sometimes the images may be removed by someone, or sometimes the images might be corrupted. Anything can be happen. It is unpredictable. At that time, you need to write at least some reason for the absence of the image or something like. But actually for the remaining things also, I didn't write anything, but that is really good practice. Okay, so when you are developing the page, please try to write the alt attribute. So I can write this image is unavailable, something I have given, or you can give some meaningful kind of alternative text. Every time when we are creating the image, so make sure that you provide text for the alt element. That is really mandatory and it's recommended approach even. Okay, now the image is ready. So let us open and see how it appears. Yes, now the 4 columns the image has occupied and it is 100% of width. Now come to the second part. Here just I want to write some paragraph, nothing more than this. So for this paragraph I can apply the class called lead for better appearance, and let me write lorem of some 50 words. So now some paragraph I have added here, but here that paragraph is perfectly to the center of this page. Okay, I want to make this to occupy center, vertically center. To write the content in the horizontal center, so we know by writing the text center property that will become to the horizontal center. But now I want to write this to the vertical center. So for this we can use the flex support. Okay, so what can I do here? Now come to this paragraph column 8 here. So after this column 8, I need to create the flex container. To create the flex container, either you can use CSS or use the bootstrap class. So if you want to create the flex container in CSS, so take the class name for this element and write display : flex. But the same thing is available in bootstrap in the form of class dflex. Then the flex content is created for this parent, and now the paragraph has become a flex item because it is the child of that. And I want to align this vertically. For that purpose, we can use align items center. When we give the class called as align item center, it is same as align -items : center. That is a bootstrap property, that is CSS property. Now the same is available in the form of bootstrap class. So that is up to you whether you write the bootstrap classes for the flex alignment or you can write even CSS. That is totally your choice. Okay, and let us see. Yes, the text is aligned to the center perfectly, vertical center. And I can take some background color because most of the page contains the white background. That's why here I want to take the BG warning, because warning will give some light orange kind of yellow color which can match with the remaining theme of the application. Okay, and the text can make to appear in white, text -white. So now the text is turned into the white. So it is ready now. So the horizontal card creation is completed, but I want to have some space here. Okay, so when you look at this card, margin bottom means in the bottom actual footer is there. I want to create some space here. That means go to this card and write MB-3. So I will get 3 units of margin bottom here. That is absolutely fine. If you want more, you can take even MG5, whatever it may be, MB5, something like. So it is quite simple to create such kind of horizontal card, and let us see how it appears in the responsive view. That means let's go to the mobile view. In the mobile view, it will automatically convert into the horizontal card. Okay, so that's vertical card. Now it turned into the horizontal card because the row is the responsive class we have taken. So this row will take care of the responsiveness here, because so here I have used the class SM. That means above 576 pixels, this card is a horizontal card. Below 576 pixels, so all the items will get the stacked view. Automatically, it will convert into the vertical card as usually. So now the card concept is completed. Now you can add some heading here or some buttons here. So whatever you want to make it really more attractive, you can create some shadow effect and everything of your choice. Okay, now the horizontal card is completed successfully. And the last part is, let me create the carousel here. So to create the carousel, I'm just taking a very simple carousel. Okay, so we no need to write any controls or indicators, etc., etc. Just I want to make it as very simple carousel. Creating simple carousel is always very, very easy. So let me do it now. So to create the carousel, we can take the class called as carousel. Okay, and to get the slide effect, we can use the slide class. Okay, and after that, we can take an ID if it requires. Otherwise, the ID is also not required. Instead of that, we have to take carousel-inner. Instead of the carousel inner, we know it contains the carousel items. So carousel-item. You can take as many items as you want. Let me make one of the item as active. Now the first item is ready. Okay, so now instead of that, you can take the image. So here you can take the image, whatever you want. I have so many images here. I'm using one of them. So now the first one is ready. Okay, now I want to make this image. Actually, if you do not make any changes, the image will occupy more width. That is original size of the image. So I don't like that. That's why here I want to adjust that by using the W50 means it will occupy only 50%. Now you can see it has occupied only 50%. And I want to bring this to the center means we can use MX Auto Bootstrap class. Now that has width we have given. Yes, now we need to change this to block also. If I do not change this to block, MX Auto won't work. Now it is moved. So when we want to align the image to the center of the page, we need to write the display property to the block and margin auto. Now I'm taken the bootstrap support. Instead of writing CSS, I write the bootstrap directly here. Yes, now the first image is ready. Now let me copy this and you can create as many items as you want. Here I'm just creating only 3 for that's a simple one. Okay, so let me take some other image and the third image here. Just I have taken only 3 images. Okay, now you can see, so the carousel has started. Let me keep the cursor away from the carousel. Now you can see the carousel will start. But why the carousel is not started? Because here we have to write the property called data-bs-write is equal to carousel. Okay, now let us see. Keep the cursor away from the carousel. Yes, now the carousel has started. Okay, so now I would like to make only one of them as active. Okay, so now let's remove the remaining active class. Now you can see, keep the cursor away from the carousel. Now the carousel is working, but the delay is a large here. That means the default delay, we won't expect this much of delay because no one can wait this much of time to see the next slide. That's why I would like to increase the speed here. So what should I do? So now simply I can write the property data-bs-interval. Okay, so is equal to, I want to give 1500 milliseconds, means it is equivalent to 1.5 seconds. I think it is really enough. So let me apply the same for each carousel item. Now keep the cursor on it. See here, now the images are moving with high speed. Just each one can stay for 1.5 seconds only, so that the user can really experience the carousel here. And you can see a problem here. The problem is this image, the white color image. Okay, let me just wait. So the first and second image both have equal height, but this third image have less height. At that time, the footer is moving up. So let us fix this problem. So to fix this problem, simply I'm going to write a CSS property. So let me take the carousel inner here, that is the class, because all are existed instead of this carousel. So for this, what I will do is I want to give some fixed height here. Okay, so I can give the height as 400 pixels. Now every image should occupy the 400 pixels height only, irrespective of their original height. And also let me take some margin here, margin bottom, because this carousel and this footer both are touch it to each other. Okay, so that I can write here the height is same, the cursor is not, see the now the thing is not moving because the carousel height is increased. But if you want to increase the size of the image, for each image you can provide the height of 400 pixels, but we can stop the footer to moving up when the image size is not really good. So the better approach is, instead of writing the height for each and every image, please try to take the images of same size. That would work out. Or if you want to make every image to get 400 pixels of height, go to each image and write the class, write the property height is 400 pixels for all these things, then you will get the same kind of stuff here. So I have given some common height here, that is really enough in this case. Okay, so now it is working, and we have taken the space also. This is our assignment, right? Okay, so now it is working as we expected. So there is no space here, both are very close to each other. Now I want to have some margin bottom for this carousel. So now go to this carousel class and take margin bottom, either 3 or 4 of your choice. I'm taking MG3. So now you get some 3 units of space here and everything is ready. Okay, the total design is completed successfully. Okay, then what should we do? So everything is working here. So the header is ready and the responsive navigation bar is ready and the background fixed image is there, and whenever we want to customize, so that it is also working here. Okay, and after that some beautiful horizontal card we have placed here which can occupy 100% width of the page, and after that we have taken a simple carousel without having any content, and finally the footer is there. So now let us go to this mobile view. So in the mobile view everything is looking good. So this carousel is not looking good. Now you have two options, either, because we have given height as 400 pixels, but in the mobile view 400 pixels means really a big size. At that time this carousel size can be increased by writing a media query. That is one of the options. Another one is, so you can just remove the appearance of this cart, this particular carousel from the mobile view. Let us see how we can remove anything from the particular view. So for that purpose, let's go to the getbootstrap.com, read the documents, and here you can search for d-none property. So d-none, which is equivalent to display none. When you apply the display none, it won't appear anywhere. Now you can see the bootstrap classes and the meaning here clearly. Okay, so if you want to hide that element completely, you can use the class d-none. If you want to hide it only for the extra small devices, then you can apply d-none dsm block. Similarly, if you want to hide only for SM screens, that means between 576 to 768, you can use these two classes. Like that, they have given very clearly this one. So here, which class we need? We want to hide that element only in the extra small, that is less than 576, that is mobile devices, so that we can use these two classes. Let me copy these two classes and come to the carousel first. Let me hide the carousel here. Okay, so now come to the carousel and paste these two classes and remove the dot before them. Now, do you know what happened here? This carousel will appear in the screens whose width is greater than 576, but less than 576, its property will become none. Display none means it won't appear. Let us check, is it working or not? Let's go to the mobile view. See here, in the mobile view, move down, still it is appearing. One second. Open with live server. Which class we have used? Sorry, we should write it in the class, not in the data-bs, right? That's wrong location. Where is the class? Yes, here I should place it. Okay, because these are the classes. Mistakenly, I have placed here as the value of data BS write. So we have to write for the class. Now let us see. Yes, now after the particular horizontal card, you are getting the footer directly. Now let me increase the width more than 576. Now you can see the carousel here. Now the carousel is appearing. Okay, so but when we reduce the width of this page, now the carousel is disappearing. Now we can use the same technique to hide the remaining elements. So now I want to hide this image also in the small screens. As of now, even in the mobile devices, this image is appearing, but it is not looking so good in the small screens. Now I want to hide that. So we can use the same technique. Let me copy these two classes. And where that image is existed in the header, let's go to the header, expand the header. So here somewhere the image, yes, the image is there. And now you can apply these two classes for this image here. Now let us see, is it working or not? So let's go to the mobile. Yes, now the image is removed from the view of the mobile device. When we increase that, the image start appearing. Okay, like that, you can use this technique to place the element in the view where we like. So the design is completed successfully. Now you can take some more elements. You can decide whether its appearance is required. In the same way, let's go to the footer. So when we go to the footer here, this image is not required in mobiles in the footer. Yes, you can do the same. Now let me close this header here and go to the footer. Footer contains the image, and here you can write those two classes. Now the image in the footer also removed. See here, now in the mobile view, that footer image has removed, but when you come to the larger screens, it start appearing, but in the mobile view, that has removed from here. Like that, you can decide which elements can be displayed, which cannot be displayed in this way. See guys, here in this CSS totally, I didn't write even a single media query, but it is still full responsive. How it happened? The reason is very simple. So the bootstrap classes are already responsive. Actually, if you want to hide the elements in the particular device, you need to write the media query and you should mention. So within the range, the element can display it, and within this range, the element cannot be displayed. But here they have given these classes directly. These classes are already responsive. That means if I give d-sm, it will be activated at the breakpoint 576 pixels automatically. That's why no need to write any media query here. So design this complex web page here. Just I write only the normal CSS and no media query is required. Sometimes along with these bootstrap responsive classes, if it is required to write at least 1 or 2 media queries, feel free to write that quite. In general, many situations it is not required to write the media query, but still if you want to control the appearance in some different unique way, definitely you can write at least 1 or 2 media queries. That is absolutely fine. Now, once you observe this page, see here, almost we have taken 480 lines of code here. Okay, 480 lines of code we have taken for HTML, and for the CSS, around some 60 or 70 lines. Of course, by excluding these white spaces, it is around some 70 lines of the code. Okay, so by taking these 400 lines of the code means it is really a big size document. So in the big size document, still we are having the sufficient clarity on this, because the way we organize the code is really very important in this case. So what happened here? When you go to the body of the document, all are well organized here. So the navbar is collapsed with the proper comment. For example, in future, one of your friends or your project manager in future, if he asks you to add some more content to the main part of the page, you no need to open and search this page, because the main content is available. You can directly expand this part and you can make changes to this part and you can collapse. And if someone asks you to make some changes to the horizontal cart, so that you can easily identify that, because this document is well documented actually. Well documented in the sense, when you write the proper comments here, and in the same way when you come to the CSS also, so many styles we have given. For example, if someone asks you to change styles for header, so you no need to search the properties. Simply you can just identify that easily by using these comments, and you can make the necessary changes in this place. Okay, guys, I hope that I have given the complete real-time application development experience to you in these 2 days, which will definitely help you to design the remaining pages. So as we discussed on very first session, okay, so in our very first session, I explained you the front-end development of the web application contains 2 parts. I divided this into 2 parts. One of them is the milestone 1 and the next one is milestone 2. Milestone requires 30 hours, so that is completed successfully with your cooperation and support. And in the milestone 1, we focused on completely responsive web design. So now with this knowledge, we can create almost any kind of web page without compromising. So after the session, I will share some assignments to you so that you can, I will mention the duration also, how many days that you need to work on it to develop that. So personally also you can take some Facebook page and try to clone that page. Take Instagram or whatever the favorite web application. Take the web application and try to design the home page of the application. That is a landing page. You can create any complex landing page by using this RWD that we have learned. So for this RWD, which technologies we used? So we used the HTML, that is to create the document. And after that, we used CSS and Bootstrap. Only we have used 3 web technologies for the RWD. So one important thing is, without using Bootstrap also, you can create responsive web pages by using HTML and CSS together, because CSS do anything. But we observed by using the Bootstrap, we can improve the development times. The reason is no need to write much CSS because predefined styles are available. That's why we have taken the combination of these two and we completed the application within very less time. If Bootstrap support is not there, definitely it takes some 3 or 4 sessions to complete the entire task with the same kind of styles. That's why you can use the combination of CSS and Bootstrap. These two are the industry standard web technologies. So by using these 3 web technologies, so responsive web design, that is milestone 1 is completed. So after completion of this milestone 1, one can create any responsive web page. Okay, once the responsive design is completed, what next? For example, let us take the same application. Now, I want to customize really this item. When I click on it, in place of this dummy text, I have added some butter, okay, or some ingredients of this item, and I place plus button besides each of them. For example, if I want to add extra butter, I can click on the thing, immediately the item in the cart will be updated with this new activity. And along with this customize button, I can add to cart button also. When I click on the button, this item the item need to be added to the cart of that specific user. But we cannot perform such kind of operations as of now. And also, if I click on home, I should able to access the home page. If I click on restaurant, I should able to see all the restaurants information here. In the same way, when I click on contact us, it should display the contact information. That is also not happening. And if more restaurants and more items are there, so it is really time taking process to identify the particular item. Then simply you can search. For example, if I need biryani, so simply it should allow me to search for the biryani, but it is also not happening here. The reason is this is just a static website. It is not a web application. That's why here you can just design the entire application, but you have to give the interactiveness to the elements. When you give interactiveness to the elements, then you can implement all the operations what I explained, adding the items to the cart or customizing the specific item and search for the item. And also you can navigate to whatever the other features of the application that you want. To perform all these operations, we need to start the milestone 2, where we focus on interactive web design. In this interactive web design, so the following technologies we are going to use. The first one is JavaScript. After the JavaScript, we will develop the application by using React.js. So React.js, I think most of you might heard about this React.js, very popular JavaScript library. So here also the same story. You can develop the complete interactiveness of the website by using JavaScript. But the thing is, it takes a lot of time and you need to write a lot of code. So before React.js, that means it was released 10 years before only. So before 10 years, people or developers were used only JavaScript to develop the front-end application. So it take a lot of time. But now with the help of these new technologies like React.js or Angular, so they contain, still we are using JavaScript only to write code instead of this React application or Angular application. But so if you write the JavaScript code of 100 lines, you can write the same code in React.js just in 10 or 20 lines. That means it contains such kind of advanced features. They will really help us a lot. So in the milestone 2, in the discussion of IWD, interactive web design, we are going to focus on JavaScript and React.js. Hardly on average, they may take some 40 hours, which will be started very soon. Thank you very much, guys. And Bharat sir, 1 second. Bharat sir?
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, Bharat sir. So please address the people regarding the remaining schedule of this training.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
So, dear students, good evening. So, as per the promise that we have made in this particular semester, we have completed the first milestone, that is HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap. So, total 5 weeks of program. Before your mid examination, we are done with 3 weeks of training, and after the mid examination, 2 weeks of training. So, putting together 5 weeks of training, as promised, we have done with this. So, I request all the students, whatever the assignments that you receive after this particular session, as well as whatever the assignments that you have received as of now. So still out of 8 weeks in this particular semester, I think you might have done with 2 weeks. So putting together, you have at least 5 weeks of time in this particular semester. So more than a month of time you have. So I kindly request all the students to complete all the assignments given as of now. Plus, kindly complete a small project with the things that you have learned. So hope after this particular session, Rajesh sir will give you some instructions regarding the assignments or some basic kind of a projects, so that you will be in touch with the things whatever you have learned as of now. So in the next semester, so I think we have 5 weeks of time in this semester. So this particular 5 weeks of time you can use it for practicing. So it's not just like listening the session and submitting the assignments and sitting idle. So this particular course is completely based on the amount of time that you spend in practicing. So kindly practice for the next 4 to 5 weeks of time, at least a month of time. So keep in touch with the contents that you have learned. Already all the recording links are available in the group. You can refer to any of the link. You can take, you can once again listen. You can write the notes. You can work on a small project. If you are confident enough, then you can put that particular project on your resume. So that will be helpful. So straight away in the next semester, at second year, first semester, we'll be starting this particular milestone 2, which covers JavaScript and React. 30 plus 40, putting together around 70 hours of training on front-end development. And then
Bharat sir, you are not audible. Bharat sir, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah, sir, please continue.
Just a second.
Yeah.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible. Please carry on.
Yes. So in the next semester, dear students, let me start with milestone number 2, which is around 40 hours of time. In the sense, we need around 5 to 6 weeks of time to complete front-end technologies. Apart from this, we'll be continuing this particular session even with the backend technologies, where we'll be learning Node, Express, APIs, working on APIs, followed by database MongoDB. So it's a total of 100 hours of course. There you can claim yourself as a full stack developer. With that particular knowledge, you can develop an end-to-end application that will be very helpful to you in the nearby future. Just today itself, one of the students from third year, he approached me and he said, in the yesterday's interview, he attended an interview with the package of 9.5. In the last round of an interview, all the questions were related to these particular technologies. He's very happy that okay, I'm good at these particular technologies. Whatever the questions they have asked, I'm able to answer it in a more comfortable way. They have asked a number of questions on React. They have asked questions on Node. So all these things, high package companies, obviously they aim for this kind of new generation technologies. So with this note, I am ending this particular session. So before that, once again to remind, not to be idle for the next 1 month of time. Kindly revise all the contents, submit all the assignments to your mentor, plus keep working on the project. So that will be helpful to what to say, to continue this particular training program in the next semester. At the same time, you'll be receiving info from your mentors regarding your performance. Students who are irregular with respect to attendance, or students who are irregular in terms of assignment submission, will be generating by that particular list in the next week. So that we'll be calling them to our offices, and then we'll be suspending them from all the training programs from the next semester, as well as the internship drives that we are able to conduct. So I would like to I would like to invite Murli sir to add a few words to this. Murli sir, Rajesh sir, can you give access to Murli sir?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes, Bharat. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, audible.
Yeah, covered almost all points. In last few sessions, we observed that mostly CSBS and IT students are majority students are absent. So those are irregular to the sessions so far conducted. So go through the recordings and complete whatever the assignments you have. So all of you submit assignments on time only. Don't wait till last assignment is completed, because your mentors also your seniors only. So they have to assess all your assignments. So okay, utilize the coming 4 weeks time to complete whatever the technology so far covered.
So
Yeah.
one more thing to add here, students. The students who are performing extremely well in this particular training program, will be choosing them as the mentors for the next batch. Whoever the juniors who are joining for the next academic year, whenever the training program happens for that particular batch, the best students in terms of assignment submission, as well as working on a creative way to submit their assignments, not just like for a question giving an answer. The more you explore, the more you take it, you can produce the assignment in a better way. So there should be a creative mind at this particular technologies. So we'll offer those students with some internship kind of, I think 6 months of internship under Rajesh sir's team, as well as you'll be given a honorarium as a token of recognition. So this will be helpful, just like you can mention on your profile that I have been working as an intern under so and so for a period of 6 months. During this particular course, I am able to train or mentor about 60 students. So that exhibits your leadership skills. So there are many benefits with this particular course. You can fill your profile. Firstly, you can do some project. You can write it on your resume. Point number 2. Point number 3, you can get a chance for a mentorship or an internship. That is point number 3. With this course, only with this course, you can crack a job. A minimum package of 7 to 8. Only with this course. For the last 4 to 5 years, we are experiencing that. With that intentions only, we have provided this particular opportunity straight away in first year, second semester itself. As the companies are advancing, so we need to be well ahead of their plans. So for that reason, we have introduced this particular course this semester. So that's all from my end. Anything, Rajesh sir, from your end in terms of
one more time. Recently, 18 batch students called me, and they are saying that whoever is completed this web technologies course, they are very happy, because after their joining in the companies, they are able to directly start the projects. Whereas other college students, they are still on internship, but our students are directly, they are jumping into project and they are able to do the project. So
yes, sir, directly, yes.
Leads or managers, they are happy about our students.
Directly, they can jump into the project. They can even deploy the project straight away. So that's a big move. It will add a lot of things to their career. Rajesh sir, you can add some few words as you are closely working with industry. You can add some experiences of yours.
Yeah, thank you, Bharat sir and Murali sir for your words. And just now, as Murali sir said, the people can directly participate in the application development. The reason is I train the people with such a standards. Okay, even your freshers or professionals, whatever it might be. So when we maintain such a standards, then definitely that means here the simple thing. So for example, when you work with the individual technologies, that is okay. But when you want to create a particular application, whether mobile application, web application, desktop application, whatever it may be, we need to work with some good number of web technologies together and to establish coordination among these web technologies to achieve the final target. That is really a big challenge for even fresher or for experienced guy also. That's why when I train the people like you in such a standards, so that really help you to start the project development very easily, because in this course itself we are going to develop a project. I will give the live demonstration of the complete end-to-end project development. And now you are first semester students, first year students, right? So you are going to stay in the college for the next 3 years. So for every 6 months you can do a project, so that in the next 3 years 5 to 6 projects you can develop, and you can post that applications in the GitHub, and you can add your GitHub URL also to your resume. So the developers or companies are visiting the GitHub link of these people, because where the code quality, the amount of code what they have given, and the quality of the code, and how that standards they have maintained, everything is clearly visible there. That's why the GitHub account is very important. In milestone 2, I will introduce the GitHub concepts also to you, so that it is really a great opportunity to you. And also I'm feeling very happy to be part of this training, and really you people working perfect. And my sincere request to you all of is, so progress is really important. That means just by listening these sessions nothing will happen. So every day you have to practice and practice. Okay, only the success to the shortcut to the success is practice. Every day please practice at least minimum 1 hour. Okay, because when we enter into the milestone 2, then I'm not going to discuss about RWD again. I am going to completely focus on JavaScript, React.js, and functional part of the application, not into the design part. That's why, so within this period, if you completely practice on RWD, as well as if you develop some more applications, at that time, you can also focus on IWD. So that would be easy to learn, because learning a programming language is always challenge. Remember that. As of now, we didn't focus on any programming language. These all are non-programming web technologies. But when we start learning this JavaScript is really complicated, because some concepts of the JavaScript are really hard to understand even for the experienced people. That's why we are going to focus on these JavaScript and after the React.js. That's why please utilize this time properly and get ready psychologically, technically to deal with the milestone 2. Thank you very much, guys. Sir, thank you very much, Murali sir, Bharat sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So dear students, with this we can give a break to this particular training session. We'll resume the session in the next semester straight away with JavaScript. So meanwhile, after this particular session, kindly Google it, jobs on full stack development. You can identify the importance of this particular course, so that will be a motivation element for you to increase your knowledge. So thank you very much. You can break for the session. Thank you, sir.